Yeah, we don't know, so it will be interesting to find out. We thought their previous Master Yi player was going to be on Dazzling Aurora, but he was not. But it looks like he will be a standard ramp Yi as it stands. We saw Find Your Center, we saw Tasty Faithful, but of course, these decks are so similar. It could very well be a Dazzling Aurora
If
deck,
it's tasty,
but
it's not a. There are some no, some lists that run. It's less likely, but there are some lists that run tasty into Aurora just to have a bit more uh, units,
true.
or because they want to be able to function a bit without the. So we can be sure still. Oh, that we're sure now.
Yeah, now that definitely leans it in the direction of not likely to be an Aurora deck. Aurora doesn't play any early game units, so
No,
having that
that's not
Poro
possible.
on the opening term is kind of a telltale sign. Let's see how this Kaiser goes ahead and plays their turn. A simple, straightforward Yordo, getting that +1 draw. And okay, looks to have a standard set of cards for Kaiser. The Watchers, the Hextech Ray, the
Yeah.
Void Seekers.
But yeah, no. For those who don't know, the third place at Hangshu. So on Hangshu, the first place were only Master Yi, and two of them were Aura, and one of them was running two Feyfolk. So it's totally an option.
Yeah, and they did so well. Like you're saying, 4 out of the top 8 were all Master Yi, 2 of them being on the standard ramp, and then the other 2 were on the Aurora version. So I think, as we're saying, this is indeed not looking like the Aurora version. I'm curious to see how it does against Kaiser, because of course the Dazzling decks, they seem to have no problem. We saw the Volibear player have no problem against it, or against a Kaiser, so perhaps Master Yi ramp has a little bit tougher time, but a bit more balance against the normal decks. So it does end up passing the turn back over to Kaiser. She has the Yordle against the Poro, but that Poro is such a nuisance, right? It has the shield 1. You'd think it's small, but the +1 shield, bringing it up to 3 total might. So the Yordle
Yeah, bringing
can't...
up to 5 with Yi.
Absolutely.
You really can't. And that's why Kesa is okay in this matchup. It's like it's a 5, but it's a 2. So yeah, there you go. X-ray and then bye.
And we were saying it before, in a world without Dazzling Aurora, Kaiser feels strong because you don't have to contest, you don't have to conquer in the way of normal conquering, so you could just get it done with these spells. Gets to draw, or no, not draw, is the Candlelight Sanctum, so he's going to look at the top 2 cards of the deck. He has the options between keeping a Retreat or keeping a Cleave on the top of his deck, or does he want to recycle both of them? Retreat would be good when he has something like a Dreaming Tree Battlefield, but in this circumstance, I feel like
Yeah,
he'll
I
be
feel like
okay sending them
not
both to
bad.
the bottom, right?
He already has the Watchers, so I would consider Cleave. I would probably not consider Retreat. And it's not like Yi is playing any spell. Some play challenge, but I really don't think so. Not in the ramp.
It looks like he's recycling the Retreat and
Oh, he
keeping the
kept
Cleave. Or which one?
Oh, okay. I thought he was the opposite.
We'll see. We'll see when he top decks. It
We'll
was a
see.
little bit confusing because the camera went in and out. Goes ahead
Yeah.
and simply plays that Raven Bloom, passes it over to Master Yi. Does he have something to capitalize on this turn 6? Or is it a little bit more? 2, 4, yeah, turn 6 runes. He could just simply play out... Oh, it's 7 runes actually, so he had 1 more than I thought. So just goes ahead and plays out the Tasty Faithful. Never a bad idea. You usually want to play it with Accelerate, but didn't have enough runes to do so. But it's still going to be a 6 might unit coming into that Yordle's direction the following turn. But this does give a slight breathing room for Kaiser, able to allow her to conquer. And with 2 retreats, it was the retreat up top, so he put the Cleave at the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I saw, and what surprised me a bit. I would, because you know, you like Retreat to me when there are some spells and so on, and so you want to avoid the Void Seeker, and I get it. Like that's good against Retreat is really good against Dead Bloom to protect your Kesa, but yeah.
And goes for
Alright,
the
so the Falling
infamous
Star is going to
Falling
take
Stars. On double
off.
targeted Tasty Faithful, so gonna get a +1 draw, channel 2, so Doesn't feel too bad about that, but feels good though for Kaiser because now there's no board development on Yi's side. So if he doesn't have an accelerate unit, of course we
Which he
have full
does have.
information. Yeah, we do. We do see the other Tasty Faithful. So he decides to retreat the Yordo just in case. Keeping one rune at the ready is not going to be enough to survive a direct challenge from a Tasty Faithful, unfortunately. Because if it was something like a smoke
No,
screen,
but if there's an X-ray, it could kill it and
yeah,
trade.
it would trade, right?
But I didn't see another X-ray.
He's considering his options. Say, do I want to commit? It would take the majority of my runes, so pretty much the only play that I would get off in this turn. He has some other cards. He's going to be counting his runes 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That looks like an accelerated Tasty Faithful to me. Going to be recycling a course, and he should be sending it into the Ravenbloom's direction since there's not too much the Ravenbloom can do about this.
Oh, it didn't seem happy.
Looks like it's another retreat, or that might have been retreat number 1. He has 2 in hand, but this is the first time he's playing one out, so keeping the Ravenbloom safe back into hand. But that does mean the Master Yi does end up conquering and goes up to 2 points so far. Doesn't look like he's going to have anything else to do this turn. Might just have to pass it forward. But now is the Kaiser without any kind of board presence. Oh, no, he does have board presence. He has the Yordo and the Kaiser champion he played last turn.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe it would have been better if like he could retreat a Yordle so that he would have one more draw, trying to go for his spells. There's a charm left in Ari's hand.
Yeah, good eye. And he does have enough
in
runes.
Yi's hand, not Ari. Yeah, I'm gonna make it.
Ari is the artwork, and he's thinking exactly that. So sends the Kaiser into the Tasty Faithful. He doesn't have any runes available, so that is a direct counter. Going to be bringing him down. And Kaiser was poised to draw something really good, because I believe, can you trigger Candlelight Sanctum before you get the draw from Kaiser, or are you always supposed to draw first?
No, you can have the Candlelight triggers first, I'm pretty sure. Oh, the Jewel. He plays the Jewel. Okay. Protector.
I think that's the one. It's just shield and tank, right?
No, it doesn't have tank. He has vision and shield one.
That's what it is. Yeah, I knew it had two texts there. Let me see if I can find it for us.
And apparently he really loves that vision thingy, because he's got the Candlelight Septum and units with vision. So he wants to see what the top of his deck looks like.
Yeah, so it looks like he's valuing card information. So saying, I want to see what's on the top of my deck. Vision's just going to be looking at 1. Candlelight Sanctum going to be looking at 2. But choosing the simple fact of recycling it, filter through your deck, you're putting pretty much more cards, or you're trying to put the cards that you want on the top of the deck and those that you don't at the bottom. So never a bad strategy. More often than not, you're going to be hitting things like those falling stars that make such an impact throughout the game. So let's see if he wants to go ahead and play out that card. And actually, I didn't even, let me double check on the name. Jeweled Colossus. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. We don't get to see Jeweled Colossus too often.
Yeah, I don't know why I always said Jeweled Protector.
Maybe from Runeterra?
No, I'm not even sure. I mean, this card must exist in Runeterra, but I don't even remember which one it is.
Yeah, I've only played a couple games in Runeterra, but let's see if he wants to play out the Colossus. Gets the vision online. At least it is a 5 might body. You can never go wrong with 5 might. Master Yi is going to have a tough time dealing with that. Once it's on the battlefield, if Master Yi is having to attack, we haven't seen too many late game beaters so far. He already has gone through 2 Tasty Faithfolks. There's only 1 more available in the deck if he is running all 3. But you think he's running Dead Bloom? It's almost like you have to run Dead Blooms in Master Yi, no?
Yeah. He's definitely running Dead Bloom. There's no world where he doesn't run it.
Yeah, I
Dead
think
Bloom is
so
the
too.
best
That
orange
card's
card.
just too good. And he ends up dropping the Colossus. So gonna be activating the Vision. Looking at the top card, deciding to keep it. And did he not play Vision? I didn't get to see if he looked at the deck.
I mean, the Vision is not mandatory, but usually you play this card to use the Vision and to not recycle runes. Because there's this, you're playing a mid unit, so like not late game but not early, and it's often either this or the Mother Sprite when you're playing Mind. The thing is, Kaisa already has choice among the Noxus red guard. No, the Noxus. Wait, the card that has Legions that cost 2.
Yeah, the Noxious Hopeful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, does have access to that. And thinking what Master Yi wants to do is that 3 disciplines we saw in hand. I think that might have been 3 disciplines because they had the same artwork, and the first one was indeed a discipline. So many defensive capabilities for this Master Yi. So I don't think this Tasty Faithful gonna be hitting the trash anytime soon. As long as you're able to keep these runes ready. You can even go a little bit aggressive with the clockwork. That's 4, 6, 7 total. Is that another?
Oh, that's
No,
a white
no.
flame. That's a white flame.
Oh, a white flame protector onto the clockwork, bringing that little guy all the way up to 10 total might. White flame protector plus 8 might on a friendly unit.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, he does have the second retreat. Yordle's not a bad target. At least it does net you 1 draw the following turn.
Yeah. And you played during his turn, so the rune will be ready for your turn. So that's good.
And does decide to play out the oh, there could be a response. Is there something like a negate? I say negate, but of course I mean defy. I don't think it's worth it. It's definitely not worth it. I think I like this play saying I could react just to kind of play mind games. That's big things in the IRL space. When you're playing in person, you don't want to be passing your reaction turn or your prio turn so soon. You want to make your opponent think that you indeed have. That way they're able to keep that in mind when they're playing out their cards. So just little small things could add up and could kind of get in your opponent's head, because he doesn't have a defy, but he kind of acted like he could have had one.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be... Oh, he already gained the point. So is indeed at 4. So tying things up with Kaiser. Never a bad thing to tie things up, because Kaiser tends to start fast.
Yeah, and now he's already even, and he's controlling the 2 battlefield with Yes passive. And and if she manages to... I mean, if Kaisa manages to kill the Faithful, then he will just draw. He has a huge unit in base. Yeah, he's really strong right now.
He is strong, but if there's one unit to try to bring those units down to size, it will be the Thousand Tail Watcher. -3 on each and every unit on the board for Master Yi. So down to just 3 might is that Tasty Faithful. Down to just a minimum of 1 for the clockwork. And he does elect to play it with the accelerated additional costs. So most likely thinking about sending the Watcher over to the Tasty and then the Colossus over to the Clockwork seems like a decently ideal play.
I don't think that he can do anything better.
He does have to be a little bit worried about those 2 runes available to Yi. There's a potential discipline.
Yeah, he could have potentially just Starfall it, but
But that brings it up to 5. No, why does he just want to get the extra draw?
What? No, it's because there's the Yi passive.
Oh yeah, what am I talking about? I'm always forgetting about the RE passive and the Yi passive. So this is looking tough. He's forced to play out the smoke screen. That should be more than enough as he minuses 4. So yeah, he had -3 plus 2 up to 5, and then the discipline brings him up to 7. So it was looking like an even trade for the Thousand Tails.
Yeah, and look at those 2 runes that are untapped. They're gonna be recycled. I think he will shoot the white flame with the full flying star.
Oh, I didn't see what he keep. Did he keep the time warp? Because he's at 6.
No,
He
I
just
think
would have to.
he tossed everything.
Oh, he did
And yeah.
recycle everything?
And now good Starfall, falling star. Boom, bam. And now that was a really good turn for Kesa. Let's see what he can do to make it better. He has his champion available, but that's a heavy cost. This being said, he's at 12 runes, so...
Oh, I'm not seeing any kind of potential ready action. Of course, he does have a first mate, but it's a pit rookie. And what's the back line? That looks like... Oh, I can't tell. Lyra, can you see what the... Oh, is that a Kiana? So he could play out a Kiana into a first mate, but that's only going to be attacking for a total of 4 might.
Yeah. No, he's got the champion and else.
Oh, right. Of course. We always forget about the champion available to him, and he does decide to bring out Master Yi. It does have 6 might, so you're able to get over the Colossus.
So he's going to be able to discipline and send it on Vilmo's Lair, which you don't care about because you have ganking. And Vilmo's Lair doesn't let you go back to base, but you can go, if you have ganking, you can go on the other battlefield.
Yeah, that does make sense. So taking advantage that you do have ganking on that champion, still deciding to go after the Colossus, perhaps trying to see and filter through those top 2 cards. So it does get the point. Going up to 5. Let's see what he's looking at. It looks like a charm, and potentially on guard, it looks like the 2 cards.
And so now we lack information about Kesa's hand, but
I didn't get to see. Did he end up putting them both at the bottom? Oh, I like this play. You first mate onto the Master Yi, and then you gank to the other battlefield. But he has the discipline for the entire turn, so he is hitting for 8 right now. So this could be an ideal turn.
Destroy Kesas, but
and if memory serves you right, Kaiser's completely tapped out, so plays the first mate directly on the battlefield, so he is able to hold or potentially hold, sends the Master Yi over to the other side.
Good plays, one after the other. And yeah.
And the Kaiser player being a good sport about it, knowing that was a devastating play for him. There's no board, there's no any kind of units on the side of Kaiser, so you have to get... Because he should be at 7. No, he went 4, 5, and then the ganking got him up to 6. So if he's able to hold one of these and then conquer and push, and he had the time warp, he was desperately praying that one of those battlefields would stay under his control.
Yeah, so let's see if he can... Nope, GG.
Yeah, passes the turn and under the control. Master Yi doing it what he does best against the Kaiser matchup. No dazzling Aurora needed, no problem.
And you see they still have the notes. Someone in the chat say that they could have not for the whole match, but then the notes were deleted. But like, since it's specified match and not games, you could pick up the notes from one game to the other. And now we have
No, I
Targon
think that was against
Speak.
the rules. I think you can't pick up notes. Or what are you saying? You're
Okay,
saying the player notes? I remember reading that
yeah.
you have to reset all notes and everything starts fresh each game. At least that's what I remember.
Yeah, but someone said it was match and not game, and so you could have it for the world best of 3 and then uh, have them delete. I don't know.
Yeah, we might have to revisit
Um,
those core rules, but it looks like we're going into that game 2. As we would expect, Kaiser most likely going to be choosing to go first. I'm curious about these battlefields because both of these battlefields we haven't seen most of the tournament. Candlelight Sanctum I think made its first appearance right here, right now. And then Valmon's Lair as well, making its first appearance for this National Open. So perhaps they have a little bit more spicier approach to battlefield selections or battlefield choices in their main decks, but Targon Peaks very straightforward for Kaiser. Obelisk of Power very straightforward for, so just spicy game 1 battlefields, I feel like.
yeah. And funny enough, like both of them can take a good advantage about the opponent's battlefield, even if Targon Speak is probably a bit better for Kaisa. But yeah, nothing fancy so far here.
Yeah, you make a good point because Discipline would benefit from something like
Yeah,
Targon's Peak
discipline
too,
enjoys
right?
a lot. Yeah. There's just the candidate symptom that still bugs me a bit. I don't know what's the third battlefield, but it feels to me like there are some better choices than candidate sectum, but he seemed to really value this. I know what's on the top of my deck.
And still ends up getting a
And
Yordle turn 1 because of the
yeah,
Obelisk of Power. So as you said, it does end up benefiting Kaiser as well.
exactly. You're really happy with that start, and I think the Master Yi is going to channel. Yep, final center. So now he has 1 rune left, and Kaisa used it to the full potential. So that's good for her.
Yeah, he would have been able to find your center without the Obelisk of Power, so slightly benefiting Kaiser as early as that turn 1 a bit more, but a lot of cards to work with, but not a lot of units
I
to
think
work
there's a
with.
Gerald Colossus. Was it for 5?
And yeah, this is indeed not a dazzling Aurora Master Yi as we saw in the game 1. It's just more of that mid to late game Master Yi. So just valuing the passive from Master Yi in general with things like Poro, with things like Tasty Faithful to get the value from those extra runes, and just the fact that it has Accelerate. We saw it make a difference earlier in that first Master Yi matchup we saw today.
And look, guys, he was careful. He showed exactly. All right, so you see those 2 runes. I want them to be ready at the end of the round. And yeah, you have to be careful about selecting the runes that you want to ready at the end of the round, or else your opponent can do they can pull on you a move
The Rule Shark, right?
yeah, the rule shark.
So yeah, I think he did point them before the end of the turn. That way you know those are the ones you're choosing already. I wonder how strict it's going to be in the English release. I guess it depends at what level you're playing at. I'm wondering if the judges over in Houston are going to be that uptight. But I guess it makes sense to just try to uphold as much as you can to the core rules.
All right. Getting up to 4 points. And now we'll probably just back off on both battlefield.
Leroy, I'm not liking the position for Master Yi. The only thing available on the board is going to be the Tasty Faithful, and he's completely tapped out of runes, so no such thing as Defy, even if a card like Falling Star was defiable. Decides to retreat both units, which is interesting decision because I saw the Falling Star. A Falling Star will equate to at least 6 damage on Tasty Faithful, taking it out of
Yeah,
commission.
but by doing this, you protect yourself from the Dead Bloom.
Okay, fair enough. Perhaps playing around it just in case, because if you do kill the Tasty, I mean, even without killing the Tasty, he will be into that 8th rune, so he would have enough to play out the Dead Bloom.
Yeah, but then the blue can go to battlefield,
Yeah, not
and you can
anymore,
still
right?
cap both of them the next turn. So it's worth it, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's playing very well, thinking one step ahead, going ahead, playing out another Yordle. Let's see what he ends up drawing. I can't tell. I look like a Ray. Oh, he can't even commit. Actually, he would have been able to commit the Falling Stars, but doesn't want to recycle that final Fury rune he has. Maybe prioritizing saving it.
Yeah, and you know why. He's at 6 runes, so everybody knows why he's going to keep it.
Yeah, it looks like he's thinking about the Watcher game plan coming down the next turn. There's 2 White Flame Protectors in Master Yi's hand. Not going to make too much use of that since he doesn't have anything to push forward onto. So sends it over to Targon's Peak. Does he point? I think you have to point those runes. Okay,
Yeah,
I
and he
think he
did.
put
He
them to the
just is
side,
like,
yeah.
oh, look at those, look at those. I want this one. I want those ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that, yeah, you gotta be careful because if you don't put them on the side and then you recycle one of them, then you can't really eat.
Yeah, you definitely gotta be careful because it looks like he might be leaning towards another Tasty Faithful, giving it Accelerate, going over to the Obelisk of Power, getting up to 2 points. Still a little bit behind in points though, especially considering the fact, as you say, we're speculating the Thousand Tail Watcher coming down as early
Yeah,
as the
that's
next turn.
so bad because your only viable play is to send the Faithful there, and you know what's coming for you. It's like, yeah, I think mentally you're FFing.
Yeah, perhaps just trying to play the only options he has. He has to try to put some points on the board. And Watcher's conquering whether you like it or not, so might as well get a point. At least you have that Death Know ability to draw 2 if both of your Tasty Faithful go down. And maybe even draw 3 because since you can't channel any more runes, you're going to be drawing 1. Each time you cap out on your rune deck. So we'll see potentially a lot of draw capabilities coming forward, and we are indeed in that top 8 for those that are wondering in chat. Oh, even better. You don't need the second Tasty Faithfolk if you're just going to charm and maximize the use of the current Faithfolk. So sending the Kaiser over into a total of 8 might unit. You got to be careful of a Cleave, but Cleave takes it up to a 7. Retreats it. Okay. So it just puts it back in hand. If there's no Defy, of course.
I think he had... I'm not sure, but maybe he had 2 cleaves. So he was like, no, because there are still a lot of untapped front, but I thought I saw 2 cleave.
You know, I think that was baiting out the Defy, because if he played Retreat and got Defied, he still had a smoke screen available to him. But I don't think that would have been enough, right? -4 from the 8 would have brought him down to 4. So it would have been an even trade if he ended up playing the smoke screen.
Yeah, and again, he didn't want to tank his runes down. I don't know. He could have considered the play, I guess, but oh, and there you go. And I think you're really happy to see that. That leaves 1 rune up, so you can still threaten. Oh no, because he conquered also, so you can threaten the.
Yeah, if he had something like On Guard, he could protect his board a little bit better on those
You know what?
battlefields.
You know what? He didn't tap the rune that he had selected, and so now he's just saying, "Oh, I didn't tap the rune," and the other one was just like, "No, it's okay, it's okay." The other one was a good spot, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Because the way he looked at his runes, he was like, "Oh, oh no, 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 no."
Yeah, it looks like
And the other one was like,
his
"No, I'm
opponent
fine."
just
And
gave
okay.
it to him anyways. Oh,
Whoa.
and the Thunder Song. I think his name is Byron, right? Byron the Thunder Song. We've yet to see that from a Kaiser build. Really tech card.
That's for the mirror, no?
Yeah, I think so.
And now you're completely exposed to discipline. He's laughing so much. I love this guy. I think if Kesa wins, I want it to be this guy.
Yeah, he's having a
It's a
whole
good
lot of
sport.
fun.
He's laughing so much.
Let's see if this Byron ends up making a difference. It looks like, as you said, more likely for the Kaiser mirror match. And I think this guy has some good cards for the Kaiser mirror match, but having to deal with the Master Yi first, down one game. So really, really important game for him. He's trying to close things out already at 4 and has a formidable board, a Tasty Faithful and a Master Yi champion to get over. And all you have are 2 Yordles. You do have the Cleave. You do have at least 2 smoke screens, I believe. So there are some plays to try to get over these units.
I think you've got the Watcher, and that's
course.
like you can send the Watcher somewhere and the 2 Yordles somewhere else. No, because it's still 4.
You know, I'm not seeing the Watcher, Leroy. Look.
What?
Yeah, there's no 7 might unit or 7 energy unit.
Oh, well, sure, I saw the Watcher. Okay.
I saw a lot of great cards, but I didn't see any 7 cost Watcher in hand. So he has to try to pivot. I mean, maybe he never had it, of course. We were just speculating. We might have saw it, but we got full confirmation that is not in his current hand. So Falling Stars...
Okay, so he's got a Falling Star for one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then he could execrate Smokescreen one of the others.
Yeah, he could smokescreen both of them and then Falling Stars on both of them. Decides to go for the Thunder Song first. So Master Yi not able to play anything like a Defy if he had a Defy. How it reads, let me pull it up because that's a Chinese version. When you play me, opponents can't play cards this turn. So no counters. Oh, decides to play the hidden. I didn't even realize he had one hidden, but the Zonia's Hourglass.
Same, the dark card on the deck.
Yeah, it was hidden even from us. But does get revealed. So protecting one of those units that ends up dying first.
At now he only has 3 runes, that's the thing. So he's going to fully star one of them, I guess. Or how do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky now because now you know the Hourglass is here. You don't want any of these units to survive, but I think the bigger priority, you don't want the Master Yi to survive because it does have ganking, right?
It's okay-ish if the other one survives because at least the Death Knell is not used.
Right. That would be another card in hand, 2 more channel runes. So it's kind of like a stuck between a rock and a hard place. You don't have a great option. So I can respect why he's taking his time. He's really being considerate of all the cards in hand. He knows, I mean, look at that, 2 Stupefy. So he doesn't have 2 Smokescreen. It's just 1 Smokescreen, a Cleave, a Ray, 2 Stupefies, the Colossus, a Falling Star, and a Kaiser. So quite the hand, I will say, which is tricky to develop a line that ends up conquering both of these. Because a Falling Star, I mean, he already played the Thunder Song. He doesn't have that many runes left. There's only 3, so the best he can do, it would be Smokescreen into Hexray to make sure you kill one of them, but killing one of them just ends up recalling it back to base. So I see why he's taking his time. There doesn't seem to be a good play.
Yeah, I mean, you're just Falling Star one of them now.
Falling Star and then send your Yordles? No, you Falling Star one of them, but they're gonna end up surviving with the Hourglass, right?
Yeah, but you don't have any choice anyway. You need to.
And we're seeing here in chat, they want to penalize our Kaiser player for slow playing. I can slightly agree. there is a point where you are taking a bit of time. Keep in mind though, guys, this is the quarterfinals. These matches are still timed, but there's a little bit of leeway because there's so much on the line. A total prize pool of $30,000. These guys don't want to make any kind of blunders that sends them back home too soon. So Smokescreen is the final decision. Gets to play onto the Master Yi.
Yeah, and
How
he's
is he
gonna play
gonna follow that up?
the X-ray with it, I guess.
Yeah, Hexray, but is not gonna accomplish too much, right? With the hourglass already.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, he cleaved it. He cleaved the Yordle.
yeah. So he trades one Yordle. Oh no, okay.
Yeah, because it was minus might, right?
Mm-hmm.
This still doesn't look too good. I mean, Kaiser's just 3 more points away, but it seems like the game is slipping from her grasp. So Master Yi has the opportunity to play another Faithful, give it accelerated, go after the Yordle. He also has the option to just simply do that with the current Master Yi on the base. And then once he has good board development, if he even needs to conquer anymore, he has 2 White Flame Protectors for later on.
This being said,
Oh,
I think you're happy to see your opponent tap out.
yeah, I think you're happy indeed, especially considering the fact that you have a Charm in hand. I think Charm has been the MVP of the green decks this entire tournament. You're able to take care of the Thunder Song very easily, so it's just a 5 unit or 5 might unit. So you could choose to Charm either or.
The decklist guy is back.
Hey, Deckless will be out after the event.
He was trolling yesterday. I think he's still trolling.
No, I think he's being genuine. Everyone wants the Deckless now. We're
Yeah,
getting
but
so close.
he asked. You already explained him. It's the same as yesterday that you explained him 3 times.
No, it is all good. Some people have a little bit of a forgetful memory. I do the same myself. But he wanted to look through the trash to see what options the Kaiser player could possibly have left in the hand. And if he showed him the hand, he wouldn't like it too much because there's so many answers. I mean, not clean answers. There would take more than one card. But trying to decide, it looks like he might commit to the Tasty and the Charm line. Does he have enough runes for that? I'm seeing 2, 4, 6, 8 total runes, so it would be enough to just play out one of those accelerated units. But it doesn't look like he's going to do it because he's sending it first with... Oh, no, he could just do it non-accelerate and just play it onto a battlefield.
Yeah, not even. I think you play it in base so that you can just use the E passive. Yeah, I think you charm the guy. What's his name again? Yeah,
We'll call him Thundersong. Byron Thundersong.
Byron. You kill Byron and then you play the Faithful non-accelerated.
Yeah, I think that's the best you can do just to maximize your runes for the turn. So he does get rid of the biggest problem, the biggest unit. I mean, the ability wasn't going to be doing anything, but does decide to deploy the Tasty Faithful into the base. And I think these things are looking bad. I think the only unit available to the Kaiser was the accelerated Kaiser Survivor. A 4 might unit versus these big boys, especially considering he's passive.
Decathian Rain.
He's close. He has Falling Star, Stupefy, and Hexray. That's kind of like a pseudo Acathian Rain, but it's going to cost a whole lot of cards from his hand. I don't even think that's enough. That's just me speaking on a whim. That's going to be doing 3 damage. So bringing him effectively down to 3 HP both. A Hextech Ray would kill 1. There's no Hourglass, so that's dealing with one of these units on the battlefield. A double Stupefy would bring it down to just 1 HP effectively. So yeah, you're keeping one alive.
Like, you can kill 1. You Falling Star Master Yi. Then you conquer with Kaisa, and then you see what are your options with the next card. And if you got like an X-ray or a smoke screen, you can kill the other one too and conquer with the Yordle. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. Decisions to be had. Thinking about the best one. So he likes your play. It's gonna be the it's not the Kaiser. It's gonna be
It
the
doesn't
Jeweled
like my play.
Colossus.
Retreat. You don't care about retreat right now. It's too late to retreat anything. He likes the retreat. He really likes the retreat. Sorry.
Did he keep it at the top?
Yeah.
Wow, he definitely likes the retreat. I don't think it's be benefiting him too much more, but goes for the falling star, seeing if he wants to single target or double target. As you said, gonna be taking down Master Yi, so he can most likely send the Yordle, following that up to at least conquer up to 6, and 6 is the
I mean, you
ideal
can
point.
send Kaisa, but he won't.
Yeah, he might not have the runes because you would have to pay 5 for the additional accelerate, and then you won't have enough for a cleave. And even with a cleave, with the 2 extra bonus might coming from the Yi ability, that's gonna be going up to 8, right? So 7.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's trying to play it slow, but it's against 2 Fey Folk that are going to channel runes and draw 1 when they die. And right now you can't even kill them.
Yeah, he's trying to find a line to get rid of the other one, and there wasn't a line, so goes ahead and passes it. She's at 6 though. If she ends up top decking something like a Watcher, is a Watcher and a Jewel Colossus enough to get the job done? Perhaps, but not looking too likely. There is a Defy finally in the hand for Master Yi. Does go up to 5 from the hold from Tasty Faithful, and as you said, has the other one to try to conquer the Yordle's battlefield currently.
Yeah, sending Kaisa equals losing Kaisa, but I don't know. I think you need some cards at a certain point.
Yeah, I think he's saying instead of Yordle conquering, the Kaiser might have been able to conquer just to try to look through more cards, but it would only be drawing him the retreat that he kept on top. So
yeah, but
that was
yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that you need to fish for solutions. Because I see what he's doing. He's trying to play the long run. It's like, I have more card, I can get some card advantage, but no, you get to Fey Folk.
Yeah, I think Kaiser got to 6, but is looking kind of tough to get any additional points following this without the Watcher in hand. You know, there was a window. There was a slight window where me and you both thought the Watcher was in hand. If he indeed did have the Watcher in that moment, things would be a little different. Things would be a little different. Kaiser most likely would be going up 1 game, and we will be heading ourselves into a game 3. But from this position, especially considering the fact that there's another big might unit like a White Flame Protector, giving it to Tasty Faithful, not that he even needed it, but respectable. How much might is that? 5 plus 8, so 10, 12 total might, or 13 I should say. Yeah, versus a 2 from Yordle. Yeah, that's way
isn't
more than
the
enough.
Fey Folk at 6? Wait,
oh,
what?
plus yeah, guys, math at this time of the night not working, so it was 12.
That was 14, but yeah, sure. It's just, no, it was just, you say 5 and 6, I'm a bit dizzy too. Yeah,
no, you're right. Facebook's at 6, so 4 makes it up to 10, and up to 14. We're both wrong. We're all dizzy from staying up all night. So Stupefy on the 14 might unit brings it down to 13, even though that's just simply to draw 1 to explore her options. Does draw the retreat, and we're seeing that's why he kept the retreat. He wanted to Stupefy, draw into it, and then prioritize saving the Yordle, try to look through a little bit more cards. But that seems like a roundabout way of doing things, because you want to draw 1 from the Yordle, but you could have just put the retreat at the bottom, effectively drawing the card you want with Stupefy anyways, right?
Yeah. And you spend 3 runes to get a Yordle. I mean, I don't know. Yordle is too slow now. Lacks power.
Yeah, it's way too slow now with both battlefields under Master Yi's control.
And the Poro is going to seal the deal.
What did he top deck? I didn't get to see.
A Poro, a Party Poro.
Oh, that's not enough. nothing seems to be able. There's no, we didn't see a classic Kaiser game. We didn't see a lot of Dariuses. We didn't get to see too many accelerated Kaisers. So maybe this deck being a little differently built with things like that Jeweled Colossus that we're seeing currently in base. But
And
man,
Byron.
this is a tough uphill climb. You have to get over 10 total might on the left, 8 total might on the right. Make that 7 for now. You are going to be able to see one more additional card. Leroy, is it the Watcher? And is that even enough? I'm trying to do the math quickly. I don't think even a Watcher gets it done. Oh, the
Yeah, no, good luck.
retreat. He said he loves the retreats.
We didn't see one Darius over the 2 games, right?
Yeah, that's what's strange to me. A lot of Kaisers at least run a minimum of 2 Dariuses. A lot of Kaisers run even the full stack
So
of 3
I have an
Dariuses.
option, which is he didn't have enough money to buy Darius.
No, I don't even think. I know you're memeing. The Darius.
No, because he's got the artwork case.
Yeah.
So no.
No,
but
he definitely, it wasn't a money issue. I think he just didn't like it in that deck, which is crazy to me because he's such a good. A lot of people consider that Darius one of the best Fury cards. So I don't know. It's interesting. I don't
think one Kesa is that much of a problem. I think one Darius is more of a problem than one Kesa. Right now, it needed to have a Darius that he could accelerate at 7 and not a Jewel Colossus that will just crash into the nothingness.
Yeah, it could just be a classic example of bad RNG. He could have all 3 still remaining in the deck, and it just seems that way. We won't know for certainty until the deck lists are published, so we'll keep an eye on him. I wish I could read the Chinese characters to know his name, but I could get a good idea. A Kaiser deck with Jewel Colossus, we know it's this player because he seems to be the only Kaiser player running that so far.
Definitely, there won't be more than one.
Yeah. Because, yeah, to your point, Darius would be incredible here. You tap 5, you play 1 more for the
he surely plays it. He surely plays Darius. The question is, how many does he run? And also, look at that. He's going to, like,
cleave the Colossus, bringing him up to 8, but the Defy was looming in the distance and takes it
so
out.
He can
that's
trade
GG,
with
isn't it, Leroy?
With the X-ray. Yeah, because right now you can just trade with the X-ray, I think, and the opponent will. Yeah.
Okay, he does have some kind of pressure, but without a cleave.
Oh no, so he can wait. He can send Kesa, and okay.
Okay, I believe what he's doing here is not lose right now game plan. So he's sending both the Colossus and the Kaiser. So it's gonna be. Oh no, I thought I was trading with the Yi ability. So no, I missed the math. Kaiser does survive because of the tank, right? Jewel Colossus has tank.
It's right there.
Oh no, it's not tank. It's shield. I thought it was.
And yeah, but we know he has a white flame in hand, so it's over.
Yeah, because you pass the turn,
I'm still
you hold
curious
up
to see the deck list.
And then the white flame bringing it up to the 14 might that we saw before. That's going to be more than enough because a total of 8 might holding the obelisk of power right now. And this guy's being a good sport. He said, do your thing. I already know what you have. GG, extending the fist bump. And that will be our Master Yi non-dazzling Aurora
and
deck.
The guy was really good sport and laughing and so on.
Yeah, very
that
good
was
sport.
Maybe one of the few cases I would have loved to see until the end.
Yeah, absolutely. But it looks
deck.
like he will be victorious and moving into the semifinals. So we know one deck is locked in, and that will be Master Yi.